to the aftermarket report with Vegas and Jim. Today I'd like to say that Vegas is out of town on vacation, so she won't be with us, but this is the Sunday report watch list on December the 16th, 2018. She'll be rejoining us back come Wednesday, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. So I want to start off with ALQA. ALQA had a very interesting Friday. ALQA has a 16,000 square foot GMP manufacturing facility in Longhorn, Pennsylvania. It allows the development and custom manufacture of a wide variety of hydrogels. So this stock got a government grant, and it really had probably one of the highest volume days it's had in a long time. So I'm going to pull up the chart. Let's look at the yearly chart. And I've got this thing all trend lined out on that previous runs that it has had. And I really like this stock. It really, when it was down in this channel, it was a very beautiful stock to play, to get in and out of. But we definitely broke past a yearly resistance. And two of them that are visible is this 256 and this 277. So I'm going to pull it down. And we had a year high just about a month ago up here at 525, and it definitely pulled back, corrected itself, come back and almost hit this 50 SMA. Then we had another breakout Thursday and Friday. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to take it to a 20-day. Here's that previous run it had, and this was a beautiful day. We were on that day, and then it pulled back, consolidated, and bounced again the next day. And ever since then, we've had kind of a trend down, sending flag right here. And then we hit a little bottom right around 206, and then here we come again. And this play was just we had the first breakout, then we had the setup for the second breakout, and this was just a beautiful play. And I'm going to show you how I played it. I was able to get in and out of this stock all day long. The volume on this thing was just incredible. I think the volume on that's not the right one. That's not the right one, and I bet you it's this one. No? Okay. Well, I know the volume was way up there. So I'm going to pull up a watch list. It's going to tell us here. ALQA's volume was 27 million, and the share float was under 5 million, so it had more than 5 times share rotation. So that's just plumb beautiful. And the Dow Jones was down almost 500 points for the day, but this was a winning trade for us all day long, plus a few others, some stocks that run with the Farm Bill. So we ran this channel, and I drew a little trend line as we broke out of here, and you can see where it just kind of followed up this trend. So I just kept that little trend line, and I didn't want it to go below that trend line or I would have got out. And when it did go below it, it showed a sign of weakness right up here. You see what I'm talking about where this big arrow is? Well, that was a sign of weakness. And I had no bounce level right here that I was playing off of 307 and 397. But I was also playing it off the 100 SMA because it just run right on 100 SMA all day long. It would break down sometimes below the 50, but a lot of times it hit that 100. And sometimes it even pulled back and hit the trend line, which really made it a strong buy. So it had a lot of nice little patterns that I like to play. I like to play these red engulfing candlesticks, because and if you can read them right, they can bounce up. So I flipped this thing 17 times, ALQA. I'm going to magnify it up a little bit, just show you these 3 red candles, and then the next candle broke above that last red one, which gave it positive momentum, and you could run that all the way up to that one little that resistance that I had, which was a support in the channel. So I kept playing these on the way down. They were just so easy to read. This was the easiest one. I mean, if you can run into one of these every day, you'd be a millionaire. It was just so beautiful. even on the way down, the sign of weakness, when the 50 crossed down over the 100 and the 200, it still was easy play to play. You just had to be patient with it. And once you recognize the weakness, you relax and don't get complacent and let the trades come to you. So we bounced down here and hit that 258 support level that I had on my trend line. Then after that, we went ahead and bounced up and down, and we closed right around 263. So this is ALQA. Keep it on watch. I really like it. I think I'm just going to keep it on watch. If we still keep that volume, and it got the grant from the government, so, you know, all's well. If we get any kind of pullback, I'm in it. But I think we pulled back enough to where we're going to get us a retracement bounce. Not as high as Friday's. The volume won't be as fun, but I guarantee you I'll have probably 3 plays out of this stock. Initial breakout, pullback, and then probably another breakout. So this is ALQA. Now the next one I want to pull up is a stock that I'm very interested in. It's a China play. It's a car sales company in China where they try to set you up with a car and they sell you the insurance and everything. Now I like this stock also, and this is UXIN. And I'm going to pull up the chart on this baby. UXIN. And I just got an alert on it, so I'll see what kind of alert it was, but I'm going to pull up the year's chart first. And we've had a wonderful, beautiful breakout on this stock in the past 7 days. And then Thursday we had a pullback and it bounced right back up. And then we had this candle right here. It's possible that this can break up higher, because we did close above the base of this candle. So I'm giving it probably about a 60% chance that we might get a little pullback and a bounce, because I think we're up here around a consolidated area. And the reason I say that, I'll pull up this chart. See, we kind of hit a top here on the base, and we had a $9 high. And it pulled back, and then the next candle pulled back, and we bounced up to that resistance. Then we pulled back again to the 50. We bounced up. We pulled back, hit the 50, and we bounced up. So I think we're going to get another pullback on. We kept resistance here at 785, 780. So what I'm thinking, just maybe, it will pull back again to the 50, maybe go a little bit under it, maybe to around 662. It's just what I'm hoping, or what I'm thinking. And then we'll bounce back up to this resistance. And this resistance here at 781 is going to be the hard one to break. So I've got 2 places of support on this, and I'm going to show it in the next chart. Let's do a 5-day, 15-minute. So what I'm thinking, if this 755 does not hold, I'm saying if it does not hold and we don't break it, it's going to pull back to around, I'd say probably around the $7 area, right around in here is where it'll pull back to. And if that, then I'll be right here up close to the 200 on a 5-day chart. And if that don't hold, it'll go back down here to the 6 and then bounce up. So it could have we could have us maybe 3 black crows and a bounce first thing in the morning. So this is going to be UXIN. Now this next ones I want to talk about is going to be ADIL. Now I'm going to pull up the chart. This is the website to ADIL, if anybody's not familiar with it. But I'm going to go ahead and just start into the chart. And I'm giving you some of my top plays that I had last week, and see if we can't capitalize them on this week, because they still had good momentum and just were strong stocks throughout the week. But Friday this slowed down a lot, but it's still consolidated here in a channel. It's still consolidated in a channel, but we got the 50 kind of crossing down a little bit. So I don't know, I had a support right around here between 332 and 346 for a pullback, and then a bounce back up. But I'm just got this on watch. We had a wonderful run on this Thursday, and we played it just beautifully. Another beautiful play in the room. And then it pulled back and it bounced up, you know, pretty much, and had a pretty little channel here, and it kind of thinned out. So it's kind of coming to a point where it wants to break up, or it wants to pull back. So maybe if it pulls back, we're going to look at this little area right in here, and then we're going to hope that it don't go any lower than 330. If we go 330, then we're going to have to find us another support, and that's going to be right around 311. And I've got this all timed out and perfect ready for Monday's watch, and that's going to be ADIL. Keep it on watch. And I'm going to just take one final glance at it at the daily 1 minute to see what the moving averages say. And we're set up for a breakout, maybe a possible consolidation. But the 50-day crosses above the 100 and the 200 and kind of just roams down a little bit, but we're up at 378 after hours. So we're getting up here in this area of resistance. And if we can break 389, and I'm going to write that down on paper, 389, if we can break that, then we're going to go ahead and go up to the other new highs up here, these other new levels. That'll be around 389, 393 to I see a little spot right in here, right around $4, and we'd have to break 4. But if not, it's going to pull back to this area right in here. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight that for my low support. I'd say somewhere in this area right in here. It's going to be my low support. 333, 332, up to 346. It's going to be an area that's going to be very interesting. So keep ADIL on watch. I want to see how this week turns out. It did slow down volume compared to what it did Thursday, but this was a wonderful play. And a lot of times when we have stocks like this, they retrace a couple days later if they consolidate. We consolidated Friday in this channel right here. You could have had 2 or 3 good bounces on this, 346 to 382, 346 to 382. And then you could have got down here under this support that I had at 360 and got out again at that 382. So this could be another channel play if it pulls back. And that's ADIL. And then I want to bring the final part of the market watch, and I want you to pay attention to stocks that run off the farm bill. There's a lot of penny stocks that run up on the farm bill, and I was kind of interested in a few of them. Had UBQU, had a nice little run, and I'm going to pull these charts up to maybe a 1 year. We'll put this right about down here. So, you know, these are just little penny stocks. This was the one that had high volume Friday. It looks like it's on its first wedge of breakout. Maybe we can run it up here to 2, a little under 2. Right around, yeah, right at 2. Let me change this. I'm drawing these trend lines as I see them as we go. So we got that little spot right there at 1.3. And if we could bring it up to the top of this stick here, right around 2, and maybe go up to 2.224, we might be on our way for a pretty good little run. So we're going to put 2.3 on it. Then the next resistance is going to be right around 2.7. And we can keep going up 3 and maybe 3.3. So I'm going to pull this up to a 20-day chart. This is just UBQU. This is just going to be a few of the ones that I'm going to be watching. These are all penny plays. So keep an eye on that one and all my other ones too. If you've been watching the video, you're well familiar with what I'm playing right now. So we've got BLSP, AGTX. Look at the run it had on there. KATX had a nice little run. Let me pull up the year's chart. These are all off the farm bill. Look at that. I mean, that's just plumb beautiful. So I'm going to encourage everybody to get them a farm bill going, or at least a sector watch list on some of these pot stocks. But every one of these penny plays that I had on my scan were all related to the farm bill. Another farm bill bounce, 117 to 174. I mean, look at this in 5 days. POAG, look at that. Up the bottom here at 1111. Anticipation of the farm bill, and we hit the 200 SMA. MJNA, people have been crying about this one. Well, look at it now. It's up here almost to penny land, 10 cents. So that's the resistance. And you got to look at your chart when you start getting to a hard resistance. PJET, another one. See, all these are running off the Farm Bill. And these are all penny stocks right here. So I would encourage anybody to watch them. And plus, on my favorite stocks, which I'll mention here, would be CRON. Had that great news. It's pulled back to support to make a pivot point here at around 11 bucks. So I think we can get some bounce plays off this at 11. Anything below it's going to be a strong buy. I got a low support right down here at under 10 bucks. So definitely, we don't want this to go too much lower. We want the interest to get back in this. Should be related to the Farm Bill too, but it's sold off. It did bounce up off that great news that Marlboro wants to roll up a few blunts. So we've got CRON. Whoops. And right after it, we got ACB. It's kind of pulled back a little bit. I think I can go ahead and erase some of these trend lines and start fresh with this one, which I will. I get a clearer picture of it now, so I'm looking at probably support level right in here. Maybe a good little first support, and anything below it's a strong buy. This is ACB. So yeah, I think we're right here where it matters at a support level, and we want it to go up. You could almost call it a yearly pivot point, but actually I'd bring that pivot point up to right about around here. Maybe just a little bit higher even. Somewhere in here would be a good little spot for it to be a yearly pivot point at 645. So that's ACB. It was definitely oversold, and I called this breakout last week or right Friday or sometime. I said, let's get in this stock, and we run it up here and made a good 50-60 cents a share on it. That's ACB. And we also got NBEV. So I'm just saying this Farm Bill is a big deal, and it's another big boost that we're getting in all these medical marijuana plays, just like the legalization in Canada made them all jump up big, and then the Farm Bill, and there's just consistent news coming out to where the legalization is getting bigger, getting more world pronounced, and Mexico getting involved in it now in the Farm Bill. I mean, this is a big deal. It might clean up that country a little bit when it comes to illegal transportation of marijuana. They might go into business now and start just bringing it up and making CBD oil and becoming legal out of it. Heck, they might even have a law come out to where you turn yourself in and we'll make you growers out of it in a positive manner. You know, you won't be fugitives. So I just want to keep these on watch, and NBEV is the same thing. I love this stock. I just love it. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to clear all these lines out, and I'm going to start fresh. So after I get done here, I'm going to start drawing some trend lines and supports, but I like playing them off the moving averages. See how it bounces off this 100 on the yearly, and it also can hug up and snuggle up next to the 50, but the 50's coming down a little bit. Let's see if we get a little pullback on NBEV, and we'll get back in it. I love this stock right around 5 bucks. I just love it. If it goes below 5, then you'll have maybe a 20-cent dip on it, and then you can get in there. So this is NBEV. Well, that's going to be the end of the aftermarket report. Just keep a good eye on the stocks that I mentioned. Some of them were previous runners, and I think some of them will have consolidated a little bit and bounce back. And also the Farm Bill made a big difference on a lot of these pot plays. And I do want to mention one that really sold off hard, and that was Tillery. Now I've been playing this thing off of 90 bucks to 100, and then some idiot came out last night and started bashing it last week. So I think everybody got a little chicken on it and sold off. Well, at the end of the day, and I'm going to go ahead and clean all these numbers up because, you know, here's another one that I've played the heck out of. But we've got a little support resistance right here around $83.60, $84. If we can get there, we kind of didn't break up above that last red candle. We did not break above that last red candle base. So I'm still a little skeptical on this stock right now. It could pull back here to support level of right around $71, 70, 78. But it needed to, the base of this candle needed to break up, and it did not. So if we can get one more day maybe of it coming up above this base, support level of 55.30, or if it pulls back, it'll bounce back up to that. But I had a 50%, after that bashing came out, I figured it'd probably go down to about 45, 50. But Friday it dipped on down, then it retraced. It went up to 80 and it came back down. So I'm just saying, keep a good eye on this stock. I want it to bust past 55.30 before I get interested in it, or if I see a pullback and some retracement candles I'd like to see. But it can pull back another 10, 15 bucks and then have a real nice bounce, and that's Tillery. Keep it on watch. There's some pension plans that got involved in this stock in California. I don't know if that was a good idea yet, but they did. One of the biggest pension plans in California has now got them some Tillery here. So let's see what happens. This is the aftermarket report with Vegas and Jim, and she's apparently right here, not here right now. She's on vacation, and she'll be back on Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. Today's date is December the 16th, 2018, and we both love stocks, and everybody loves stocks if they get addicted to them. Keep a positive head, keep it fresh, and keep it simple. Please follow our channel and ring the bell for our notifications of our new videos. We'll be posting them every day. When she gets back, we're going to hit this thing strong, and we're just getting better day by day. So have a great day, and Merry Christmas to all.